The default educational choice for your child is the neighborhood public school. It is automatically assigned based on your address, typically sits close to home, and offers a structurally guaranteed seat. Stepping outside that default system requires you to pay a toll. You are trading convenience for demands on your time, finances, or schedule, and costs suddenly become question marks. If you take on those question marks, New Mexico offers 4 alternatives: out-of-boundary public transfers, specialized charter schools, independent private schools, and dedicated homeschooling. Finding the right fit means matching a school's operational demands with your family's daily reality, rather than relying on its academic reputation on paper. To weigh these options, we use this quadrant chart. It plots parental inputs along the bottom axis against outputs, school autonomy and specialization, on the vertical axis. These inputs include financial capital, your time, and your ability to transport your child. Let's look at the first pathway: out-of-boundary public school district transfers. We place this point in the lower left quadrant. A transfer offers moderate specialization, giving you access to a preferred academic program or a different social environment, without requiring tuition. The trade-off is that approval is strictly contingent on available space. The district does not have to let you in. If your transfer is approved, you almost always assume full responsibility for getting your child to and from that specific campus every single day.
The second tuition-free option is the charter school system, which operates under its own charter rather than standard district rules. Looking back at our chart, the charter's point lands higher on the vertical axis. These schools focus on specialized themes like STEM, the arts, or dual language instruction. Because they are highly sought after and space is limited, your admission often relies entirely on a randomized lottery. You also have to personally vet their operations. Because they are decentralized, things like discipline procedures and special needs infrastructure vary wildly from typical district standards. Both of these options eliminate the barrier of tuition. In exchange, they shift the heavy burden of daily transportation and admission uncertainty directly onto you. Now we turn to the pathways that operate entirely outside the public state system. Here is our evaluation chart again, mapping out these high-input options. We add private schools. This point sits high on the autonomy axis, but pushes far to the right because of the high financial resource cost. You are paying for secured placement in an independently run environment. That usually delivers specific religious foundations, distinct educational philosophies, or a competitive academic culture. Beyond the obvious barrier of tuition, these independent entities may lack the legal obligations to support students with severe disabilities or English language learners. That brings us to the extreme end of the school choice spectrum: homeschooling. On the chart, the homeschooling point lands in the absolute top right corner. It represents maximum autonomy and a massive time resource requirement. The output here is granular control over the curriculum, the pacing, and the daily learning environment. That level of control demands immense organizational effort, often requiring the sacrifice of a second household income. Parents are also forced to artificially manufacture the social and extracurricular opportunities that public schools inherently provide. Achieving maximum educational control requires a proportional sacrifice. You either need immense financial liquidity or massive, dedicated parental time. Before you fall in love with a school's reputation, you need to confront your personal constraints. This flowchart acts as a practical filter to match your family profile with realistic pathways. The first question is budget a primary constraint? If the answer is no, and you are willing to invest capital, the path branches down to private schools. While private schools offer strong philosophical alignment, you must aggressively verify their special education capabilities before enrolling, as those services are not guaranteed. If budget is a constraint, we follow the yes branch to the next logistical hurdle. Can you provide daily transportation? If you cannot provide a ride across town every morning and afternoon, the safest and most reliable option remains your assigned neighborhood public school. If transportation is a solvable problem, then out-of-boundary transfers and charter schools become highly viable, tuition-free paths. Finally, we add a separate branch for ultimate flexibility. Do you have 20 or more hours a week to dedicate to instruction? That points directly to homeschooling. Homeschooling is only a sustainable path if your family possesses the immense time capital required to execute it legally and effectively. Keep an eye on the state calendar.
Education policies, funding formulas, and transportation supports are actively shifting as we head into 2026. The rules you verify today may not apply tomorrow. Always verify current local rules and strictly match a school's operational requirements to your family's logistical realities, looking past marketing materials alone.